Is it? Are we around Teen Choice Awards time?
I don't know.
It's a
And
seems weird. That's how I. That's exact. That's the only way I remember SpongeBob is that it premiered after a Kids' Choice Awards. So like,
yeah, so
unless we're around Kids' Choice Awards season, that can't be right.
I don't know. Anytime you're ready to introduce the episode, you're good.
Have you been recording this whole time?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if I could start with the fact that I can't tell if I put my sweater on inside out, but I thought that would be too boring of the start of an episode because because I'm an old man now. You see. When I come home from work, I, like Mr. Rogers, I change out of my work clothes into a cardigan, a t-shirt. Anyway, hi.
How should
Welcome to
this-
Say Report Jr., everybody. A podcast you, for some reason, are listening to and should be downloading and subscribe to. Wait, nope, subscribe to and downloading every week. I had them backwards.
It's okay.
I am one of your hosts, Zack.
And I am the other host, Dayle Decker. This is our most chill opening. Like, I feel like we're just sitting by a fire, just chilling out.
Oh, it's been I mean, we did all of our E3 stuff last week, so like we
Yeah.
haven't actually like done an episode in a while.
I know, it's great. Well, I mean, we
We did record last week, but I
recorded
mean, like,
last night.
because of,
Last
like-
week.
but because of like work schedules and stuff, like this is also the time we get to talk to each other.
Exactly.
Hey, everybody! When you're adults, sometimes you don't see your friends all the time,
Nope.
even when you do live in the same state.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before I called you. I was like, Zach and I are finally living in the same state, and we still have never recorded in person.
Because even like last week before E3, I saw Devin, and I didn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went and watched Nintendo Championship stuff with him while you were at work.
Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
it was, and then I came home thinking that you might still be here, and then I was like,
Nope.
"Oh wait, Zach here?" And Devin's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense. He needs to work in the morning."
I think I had work that night. I think that's why I left.
Yeah, you had no work that night. I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense. He had to work tonight." So, oh man. But yes,
So what you been up to, Dayle?
I have been have I been up to? I went to Cape Cod for like the first time.
Wait,
I
that can't be
think-
right. That cannot
That's
be
why I
right.
put-
Cape Cod's not that far away.
That's why I put like the suffix of I think. Is that a suffix? I don't know. Because it's like I've probably like driven through Cape Cod or maybe been there as a kid, but I don't think I've ever been there as a cognitive adult.
I mean, it's been a while since I've been there. I've been to P-Town a couple of times in the past few years.
Yeah. Which
But-
even that, like, I don't think I've really ever been.
Yeah, but before that, like I used to go all the time because like a lot of senior citizens, I had grandparents who got roped into a timeshare in Cape
In
Cod.
Cape Cod? Yeah.
And so like we go there's like one hotel that they go to like once a year because that's your free week, that's your
Yep.
weekend to
Yep.
get the like discounted rate to the hotel.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever like known of myself going there. Like I go to Newport. Like Newport is my island beach town.
See,
That
so
I
what's funny
go
about that?
to.
I don't remember the last time I went to Newport.
Really?
I think
See,
when
that-
I was still in training at my old job,
Mhm.
I had to go down there to. Is that where Salve has their main campus?
I think
Someone has a
so.
main campus down there. Might be
I mean,
Salve.
there's a CCRI campus down there.
Yeah, but no, this is
and
one
I
of the ones.
think
that,
is there a URI campus there now?
I remember,
I
but
don't
I had
know.
to go work at a bookstore down there, and like that was
Yeah.
the last time I spent any time in Newport. So that was 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, no, I love Newport. It's just like that. Like I said, that is definitely where we would go, or like that's where we would go for the island feel of Rhode Island. If that makes
Not
sense.
Block Island, the
Not
actual
Block
literal island.
Not Block Island. I've probably been to Block Island like 3 times.
I've been once,
Maybe
I
2
think.
times.
Pretty certain I went once, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So Cape Cod was new and fun. Cause like my mom's friend's friend had a cabin up there, like a little beach cabin. That was really weird.
Did she
Well,
just thought about the words beach cabin
yes.
together?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought of the word beach cabin together, and then I was remembering the interior of the house, which is just like old, like 50, like 70s, 50, like 50, 70 attire. I don't know, really, my
Those are two
decades.
very different
I
attires.
know. Well, because like it was really like it was just really old. It was like a really old interior, but it was really cozy at the same time. So it was fine. Like it felt great. It was nice. Yeah, and yeah, it was cool. It was like a nice little mini vacation after taking a actual full vacation like 3 weeks ago.
You got home from your cruise and you were like, man, we're back here. I need a come down. You need like that like methadone in
Oh
between
yeah.
come down between when you're high and sober. And so it's like, you know what? We need a mini vacation to come down from the main vacation.
Exactly. And no, it was really relaxing. It's so the beach area that it was on, it was like a weird little neighborhood off of a road, and it just came to water. Like there was a parking lot and then water. And the house was up a huge hill, and the beach was so narrow. Like it wasn't a beach. It was basically a sidewalk of sand. And
It's the weirdest Shel Silverstein book.
what?
The sidewalk of sand.
The sidewalk, is that a thing?
No, it was
Or
a
did I
side
just-
where the sidewalk ends.
Did I
joke.
just? Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was really cute and really fun, and good food. Like man, good freaking seafood, cause it's the Cape, and yeah. Um, we saw not Mission Impossible. I keep wanting to say Mission Impossible, but
I'm trying to decide what you think the B would be in MIB
I
if it were
don't
Mission
know.
Impossible. Oh
Like,
wait, there's a
there's a
blackout.
Is there a blackout? Mission
There's
Impossible
there-
blackout?
There's a Mission Impossible with the B in it. You keep talking while I look this up now because I need to know.
There's Fallout. There's Rogue
I might be
Nation.
thinking Fallout
Ghost Recon.
and Ghost Protocol.
Or Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Recon is what we had to watch at the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah. And then
That's a lot of fun.
and then Mission Impossible, MI2, MI3. Yeah, there's no B1. But
Dang.
Mission Impossible Blackout should be a movie.
I can almost
Tom
guarantee
Cruise,
that. I
if
guarantee
you're
you at one point
listening-
Tom Cruise wanted to do one with a B, and someone had to really convince him that that would get confusing. Someone had
He's
to
like,
really
"Nah,
convince him
nah.
that there was already 3 movies called MIB, and a 4th was coming, and he still had to be like, "Are you sure? Because I really want to call it this."
It'd be fine. It'd be fine. Maybe we do a crossover. That'd be fun.
Honestly, I wouldn't stop
Freaking
Mission
Ethan.
Impossible or Men in Black from that happening at this point.
That would
There was
be
going to be a Men in
incredible.
Black. There was at one point going to be a Men in Black and 22 Jump Street crossover.
Yeah, which I forgot about until Devin reminded me as we were driving after
So,
we
like-
saw the movie, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that's disappointing." But like, imagine Ethan Hunt and freaking Jay like shooting down aliens together. That'd be incredible.
Have Will Smith and Tom Cruise ever been in a movie together? Seems weird that they haven't, right?
I don't think so. I don't. No, I don't think they have.
I don't know which one of them I bet you it's Scientology's fault. I'll blame them. Someone's to blame for that not happening yet.
Scientology.
Sure.
Jeez. Yeah, so this got weird. I don't know how we got here to Scientology, but
I mean, we
It's just
talked
'cause
about
I
Tom
can't
Cruise.
talk.
You're literally right in there.
it's just because I can't speak. But yeah, no, we saw Mission Impossible.
No,
And...
you didn't.
No, I didn't. God damn it!
You saw Men in Black.
I
International.
saw Men in Black International, and it was fun and stupid.
Good. That's exactly what I want out of a Men in Black film.
Exactly. Tessa Thompson is fantastic as as she ever is, and Chris Hemsworth is fantastic too. Like they are best friends in my book, and
They very clearly had more like that wasn't just that one-time energy
oh no,
of chemistry between them in
Mm-mm.
Thor Ragnarok. Like they clearly enjoy working together.
oh yeah, yeah.
So.
You can you can tell that on screen, and I think that's the coolest part. But yeah, no, it was really fun, and there's not much to talk about when it comes to it because it's a Men in Black movie. They fight aliens, and
And in a lot of ways, like while preserving the other 3 films, it's very much like a like reintroduction to it, isn't it? Like you could
Um,
probably can you watch this without having seen the other three movies? I kind of got the impression from the trailer that like
yes.
Tessa Thompson was essentially fulfilling the same role as like Will Smith as like your character introduction to the Men in Black
Yeah.
world.
I mean, yes and no, I guess is what I'm going to say. Like someone could watch it, but have you seen Mission God!
I have seen the
Why?
first three. I have not seen International yet. I have seen the first three.
Okay, so I was just gonna say Emma Watson. I can't speak tonight. Emma
I used
Thompson.
I used to do that all the time with them. I know
Yeah,
that there's a significant,
there's a very
age and
significant
experience difference
difference.
between them.
But Emma Thompson is in it, and I had no idea that she was in Men in Black 3, and that she like became the director.
Right,
So
because what's his name passed away, right?
yeah, the
The guy who was playing Zed,
yes, yep,
Rip Torn.
Rip Torn, yes,
I
yep.
remembered. Yeah.
So he passed away. So she like took the mantle on. She's fantastic in that movie, and I had no, neither did Dev. Like we had no idea that Emma Thompson was in that movie. So like when I first saw the trailers for MIB International, which is what I'm gonna call it, so I don't call it Mission Impossible, MIB International. I was like, oh, that's weird. No one from the other movies is in this. So this is like 100% a reboot. And I'm cool with that. Like, that's fine. It, who cares? Like, it's a fun movie that a reboot is not going to tarnish the original three. And I can sit here and say that with confidence. But then then I see Emma Thompson. I'm like, oh, this is great. Because it is still the world. It's better. It's better now.
It's better that it's better that it's a four and not
Yes.
just like
And not
redux.
just
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I was okay if it was a reboot, but now I'm super excited and super happy that it's the same world. And so you get little things from that, like just the experience of watching her be the director again. And like there's some allusions and what like references to J and
Okay.
K. Thank you. Yeah, J and K.
Mm-hmm.
JK. They're
Yeah.
JK.
Well, they
They're
were,
JK.
except for the fact that I mean,
I
this was
never got
pre
that.
that being a
I never
thing,
put
and they
that
were more just
together.
they were going down the alphabet.
Oh, of
So
course.
it was J came after K.
Yes,
Yes.
I know, but I never put it together. Um. So yeah, it like there's some references to them, but it really does kind of it stands on its own. You really only need to see the other movies to understand the rules of the world, if that makes sense. Like
Like
to
they don't give you like a 5-minute explainer on the neuralizer in this
no,
movie. They expect that
exactly.
you know what the neuralizer is.
Exactly. So
Okay.
like I mean, but it also does a really good job of being like, yep, this is a thing that flashes people's brain, like
Well,
flashes
you
people's memory.
I love it when
And
it I love it when it trusts its audience enough to be like, you know what a neuralizer is at this
yeah,
point. We don't need to do
exactly.
this again.
Exactly. And it really is. It really is like it trusts its audience, but it also hopes that people have seen the other ones. Which is a cool way to act, and they balance it really well in my opinion. So I don't know. It's great. It's a really fun ride. I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah, I think if you are a fan of I almost just said Mission Impossible again.
Here's the other thing. If you're a fan of the Mission Impossible movies, you should watch the Mission Impossible movies. They are better than they should be.
They
Have no
really
right
are.
to be. That is 6 movies that, for whatever reason, hold up over 6 movies.
Let me tell you, I freaking love Mission Impossible. So I could. Ugh. Now I just want to watch Mission Impossible. Thanks, Zack.
You're welcome.
But yeah, if you're a fan of Men in Black, like, there's no reason why you won't be a fan of Men in Black International. It just oh, this is what I wanted to talk about, and I kind of forgot about this, and I'm really happy that I remembered. But it totally made me feel how I felt when I watched the very first Men in Black. in that you're watching Jay go through everything. You're watching him, join the MIB. Like such an iconic scene, and something that is just so vivid in my brain is the like egg chairs that he has to sit in, and he can't like get comfortable enough to do the test.
See,
That is like engraved, like that is engraved and ingrained in my brain
the
forever.
part of that montage that is always seared in my brain, which is I just realized the joke I'm about to make is when his fingerprints get burned off.
Yep.
when he's holding the thing and they're like, put your fingers here, okay, and then all of a sudden it just glows and
Yeah.
it's like fingerprints are just gone. It's like motherfucker,
Yeah.
what the hell?
It's like there's just so much in Men in Black that really made me be like, yeah, okay, this is what sci-fi, like this is how you can balance a sci-fi movie, and like I believe that this could exist. I believe that these things are in this world and that they could exist because you did a really good job of making me believe that they do.
Right,
and
the secret institution, secret war stuff never, like the underworld movies
Yeah.
take a lot of just like eye rolling to get past the fact that there's no way people wouldn't know this is happening.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea with Men in Black of like it's based on, real conspiracies,
Yep.
quote unquote, of like the people that come in and clean up after alien sightings.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And I just remember being that kid who's like, yeah, I want to be a Man in Black. Like how, like I want to fight. I want to not only fight aliens, but I want to help protect aliens in a way that like, yeah, if they need to be here, it's kind of getting into Supergirl's territory too. But like, if an alien needs to be here, we can, yeah, I'll help you. Like that's fine. Like, cause there's a lot of adorable aliens in that movie that totally stole my heart. The baby alien, still one of my favorite images. The baby alien and Men in Black 2. Is that 2? It starts with the baby alien
Think
with
so.
the tentacles.
2 is the one, like 2 and 3 I think I only saw like once each while they were in theaters. I might have
Yeah.
seen 2 like on TV later on or something in like bits and pieces.
I think
So like
2
I have
is,
not.
yeah.
So like 2 is I have definitely less of a memory
I-
of. Like 3 I remember a lot more of than I thought I did, and I
Well-
remember liking that way more than I thought I would.
Yeah. It's just like there are moments where I forget how much I loved Men in Black as a kid. And that like transposed into like the Men in Black ride at Universal is my favorite ride because I remember getting to do it, and I'm like, I finally get to be part of this organization, and I finally get to like feel what it feels like to be a Man in Black. This is great.
The Men in Black cartoon was also very good. The like Men in Black the animated series that was on like between Men in Black and Men in Black 2.
I'm sorry. I did not know of this.
Yes. So, do you remember if this is a Fox or a WB film? I mean, I guess it's Universal because
it's
Universal created it, but I think it was
Universal,
on W. I'm trying to remember which channel it was on. I think it was WB Kids. Whoever also did Godzilla the animated series, because they were almost the exact same animation style. But yeah, there is. I mean, it must have only been 1 or 2 seasons. However many years there are between Men in Black and Men in Black 2, because the woman from Men in Black 1 that completely disappears in 2
Yep.
is a character in that show. So you actually get to watch her be in the Men in Black for at least a
Really?
season or 2 of his TV show. Yes.
I need to find that because I had no idea that existed.
Yeah. That was back when they would make animated shows out of literally everything that they would throw up there, and then it would be like in that like late 90s, early 2000s, let's just make an animated series out of whatever the latest summer blockbuster was, and then we shit it out for 2 years, and then we move on to the
And
next
then
one.
hopefully people will forget, but they never will. They
No,
never
because it
will
creates
forget.
so many continuity errors if you don't think that.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a cartoon that's allowed to. But yeah, there was a moment where Tessa Thompson is Agent M is going through the whole process. It's in the trailer too.
Is Chris Hemsworth Agent L? Please tell me they just went.
No,
Ah, damn! I was really hoping they went JKLM
no.
right down the.
He's Agent H.
Well, of course, because Hemsworth. He was too dumb to remember a name. So
Oh.
I'm sorry. I love Chris
um.
Hemsworth. He's a he's a big, dumb, funny idiot. Oh my God, it was on for 4 years, Dale.
Really?
It was on for 4 seasons.
That's insane. How did I not know about this?
Oh my God.
What?
Oh, I also forgot that this whole thing was based on a comic book at some
Oh
point.
yeah,
I
yeah,
always forget that.
yeah. I'm at the age now where I'm like, now I kind of want to go back and read
Oh, right,
the
because L is the woman.
yes, Agent L. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to the point where now where like international kind of re-invited this love of Men in Black into my head, and like it makes me want to go back and read the comics and all that, but it just there's that moment where Tessa Thompson is like getting all her stuff for like the Men in Black, and you know she's getting her suit and all that, and it's just like yeah, I feel like a kid again. I feel like little Dayle, little baby Dayle. I don't remember when Men in Black came out though.
I can tell you the series was in 1997, so the film must have also been around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 97.
Yeah. But like, oh, wait, hold on. When did I see Men in Black?
I don't know, Dale. You were 4. I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy.
Because here's the thing: Men in Black 2 doesn't come out until 2002, so there's 5 years between those two movies, and then 10 years until Men in Black 3. What is with this series?
When the
7
hell?
years and Men in Black 4 comes out. This is the weirdest series.
All right, because I'm sitting here thinking like I watched Men in Black when I was like 7, like 6 or 7.
Well, here's the thing.
So I probably
it was definitely,
did.
and it was definitely a movie that would have been playing on like USA all the time and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like, there's a good chance that like Men in Black 2 was coming, and at some point someone was like, "Let's watch Men in Black," because Men in Black 2 is coming.
It was Devin.
I know.
I could tell you right now it was
I
Devin.
was trying not to just like call it out, but yes.
Hey, Sister Dayle, young Sister Dayle, you haven't seen this movie. I want to see the sequel. We're gonna watch this movie. He still does it. It's how I've seen a bunch of movies. It's how I've seen all the Mission Impossible movies.
Ghost Protocol's coming out. We got to sit down and watch these 3 movies first.
Do you know how I prepared to see Mission Impossible? Was it Ghost Protocol? Probably Ghost
Protocol
Protocol.
is 4, so.
Wait, what's the next one after Ghost Protocol?
Ghost Protocol is 4, Rogue Nation is 5, and Fallout is 6.
Okay, so it was
Because
either...
Rogue Nation of the 3 of those is the one I haven't seen.
So I think it was Rogue Nation. Like, in preparation to watch Rogue Nation, I, like, watched I watched all the Mission Impossible movies within, like, 3 days. So I could prepare for it. And Devin was like, you need to get ready. You need to watch him. You need to see him. And I'm like, I agree with you. But yeah, so that's definitely how I saw Men in Black. Was like, he wanted to see the second one. And if this is wrong, he'll let us know. But because he'll probably remember.
I mean, it's a pretty good bet. Like, your odds are in your favor on this one.
Yeah. But it's just, yeah, bottom line, Men in Black International, you guys should go see it, because if you felt the way I felt when I watched the very first Men in Black, like this stuff was real, and just the pure wonderment of it, and like, it's cool that movies can still give me that wonderment of like, I was sitting there like my mouth open wide just watching how the tech works and the world and the different, you know, aliens that show up. Like it 100% made me feel like that kid who watched Men in Black for the first time, and it was great.
Good. I'm very happy to hear that.
I also have Nuzlocke stories.
God, you and
Kinda.
your Nuzlocke. I can't believe you replayed that game. I can't believe you're
Why?
already. That's what I can't believe, is that you spent so much time shiny hunting, and then you were like, you know what? I want to play this game again.
But make it harder.
Yeah.
It's not a hard game though. You want to know why it's not a hard game? You want to know
Because
why
you're
Nuzlocke is not hard?
because you're cheating.
I'm not cheating. Fuck you. Why am I cheating?
I'm just joking. I was just wanted to see what you would say.
I mean, I'm definitely defensive because there are times where I'm like, am I cheating? Is this cheating right now?
And then we all remember that Nuzlocke is a thing made up by the internet, and therefore not at all a thing that can be.
Exactly. And it's like, the thing that I think might be cheating is using the Pokeball Plus, which you, like, very, very well, like, you took me out of that headspace of, like, people are dumb, when you were like, Dayle, people need to buy the Pokeball Plus in order to do what you are doing. So
And not only that, you can only do one Pokemon at a time. It's not like you can put all 6 of them in there.
Yeah, no, but I just, because I texted you that one time, and I was like, I don't understand why people would complain about how hard a Nuzlocke is in this game. You should use the Pokeball Plus. But you're not wrong in that
because
you
like
need
I
to
don't own a
buy
Pokeball
that.
Plus.
Exactly. And it's like, oh yeah, they just weren't giving those away. Like, I bought that. I only bought the Pokeball Plus because I was insane, and I was like, I need it. I don't even care. I don't even give a shit. I need it. And I, like, used it while I played the game, but didn't really use it for its outside purposes.
Although, it's what I really should have done, considering I've, like, wrecked my Joy-Con now because of that game.
They'll be cheap soon. Like, they honestly will.
You say that.
Eventually.
Eventually. Everything is cheap eventually.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's so I used it cuz as I might have mentioned on, I don't know if I talked about this on the episode, but Oracle died. Oracle got killed, and I'm really sad.
The Joker showed up, shot her through the spine. Sorry,
sad.
wrong Oracle.
I'm so
She wasn't
sad.
Oracle yet on that.
She
Never
wasn't
mind.
Oracle on that. No. But
She's very explicitly Oracle afterwards because of that, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen The Killing Joke. That terrible
No.
animation.
You read the book and you don't deal with the freaking
It's
weird,
so bad.
worst
It's
decision
so
ever
bad.
made.
It's so bad. I was so excited for that movie too. We can't get into that. We cannot get into The Killing Joke.
Just don't force romance plots, especially between father figures and daughter figures.
Yeah, agreed. Jesus. Yeah, but my Zubat got fainted, which is how I refer to it. I don't like saying that they got. Yeah, got. I don't even remember how. I think it was against a Pidgey or a Pidgeotto or some shit like that.
So not against at least an opposite type this time.
Yeah, it might have been though. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. And so she fainted, so she had to go into the Pokebox forever. And
I go hard. I straight up released them. They don't get to stay in my boxes.
No. I will never release a Pokemon. Because it's like, I don't view them as dead. I view them as retired. So they get to just chill out in the box, living their Poke retired life.
I mean, I'm also releasing them into the wild. It's not like I'm straight up like euthanizing them.
You're releasing them into the wild hurt. So you
basically
are.
Hey, I take them to a Poke Center first.
Yeah,
and then release them.
Okay,
thank you very much.
So you give them false hope. They're like, ooh, Zack, he's gonna take care of us. He's making us all healthy. And then you're like, bye. And you punt them across the way.
Can't wait till Sword and Shield get here and you can't use any of these Pokemon anyway.
Hashtag,
Be down here at the bottom of the barrel with us.
Hashtag bring back the national
Don't
decks.
even. Those people have pissed me off so much.
I can't believe you didn't see any of that.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't see it. Yeah, you want to know why? Because those are specifically the type of people that I cultivate out of my internet existence.
Yeah, but when you have Pokemon Twitter, like I do, you have to see it every goddamn day you log into
here's
Twitter.
The thing. My Pokemon Twitter is I follow things like Bulba propaganda and like the different Pokemon who for some reason have their own accounts, which is always adorable, like the Bidoof one. Like I follow a Bidoof account that literally just tweets the word Bidoof at me
I know.
sometimes.
I need to follow that one. I started
So
following a Joltix propaganda page, and it wasn't the same. Like Bulba propaganda. It's fun. Like it's all
it
Bulbasaur all the
also
time. The
it also works
Joltix
because
one, they would post stuff that just made me feel like weird, and I'm like, I can't follow you anymore
of
because like
the dark parts of the
it's like I
fandom.
don't know if you're joking.
No, the reason that Bulbaganto works especially is because Bulbasaur is so like for some reason for years was relegated to being the number three of the original starters.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So like having a propaganda page for Bulbasaur works because it's like, nope, they're good actually.
Yeah,
You should look at Bulbasaur being awesome.
exactly. But yeah, no, we will get into national.
We don't ever need to. We don't ever need to.
We
It's a dumb
can.
thing.
It is dumb. Like, I mean, when I first heard, this is where this is going. When I first heard the news, like, I was upset. Because I misunderstood. Like, when they said when they released or announced home, I was like, cool. I had the same feeling as everybody else. I'm going to get to bring my Pokemon to my Switch finally. Fantastic. And then they said that it's just going to be,
Gen
ones
8
that
and then whatever show up
yeah,
and
in the
yeah.
gallery region. I was upset. Like I was upset. But then I kind of got over it cuz I kept thinking about, "Oh, yeah, that's a lot of fucking Pokemon." And like I never used the bank before. So it doesn't really affect me.
Right. It's the
Like,
sort of thing that like for people who are legitimately upset, I can understand like when they're done playing Sword and Shield, they want to just do things like play online and do online battles with any combination of whatever Pokemon they
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Cool. I understand that. But also, like you can live without it.
Yeah. And I mean, and like I said, there was that tweet that gives you at least some kind of hope where it's like no one ever said that it wasn't possible. It's just we're not focusing out. We're not
Right. Well, they're new
focusing on that right now, guys.
and someone asked them about it, and when they finally like an article came out that said like we sat down with the people from Game Freak and Creatures and talked to them about it, what they said was we they're like they're like redoing or they're taking a new policy on things where they don't want to just start bringing in Pokemon that wouldn't fit in a region.
Hmm.
So
Which
like
makes sense.
there might not be updates to Sword and Shield where you can bring your Pokemon in, but they're looking at probably doing something bigger with Home, which means they're probably just going to take the concept of like Pokemon Stadium style battling whatever Pokemon you want, and they're just going to make that a home game instead of a like RPG, instead of
Yeah.
an add-on to the RPG, like end
Like
game.
like that's
Like,
gonna take over competition.
right.
Home,
Like
you
that's
can fight each other through home.
because that's literally the only reason to want to bring your Pokemon over. Because
Exactly.
otherwise, why? Like, I don't need to drag.
Mm-mm.
Like I said before, I don't need to drag a Bidoof through the Galar region. I want to meet the new Pokemon.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is
Like,
that they work so hard on these new Pokemon, and like you're not gonna use them if you have Pokemon from your other games.
and
Like
like they change abilities and there's rebalancing things and there's
exactly.
new move things. Like they don't just have to reanimate Pokemon. They have to sit down and do massive
Yeah,
balance charts
yeah,
for literally 1,000 Pokemon at this point
yeah.
if they do that.
And
Like,
like I was looking back through my teams of the past games that I've since X and Y, and I'm like, man, yeah, I loved my team, but like they helped me in this region, and I got to play with new ones and like fall in love with other ones. Like I never would have used an Inkay like unless I read about it and saw it and was able to if I just kept bringing my Beldum through from Alpha Sapphire, because it's like no, my Beldum, my Metagross is shiny. I love them. They are my power hitter, and like I will travel with them. But no, like I didn't get to do that. So when I finished Sun and Moon for the first time, It was, oh, I can still use a Metagross, but this time it's not shiny, and I could do a different, like, attack loadout. Plus, I get to use Lurantis, which has bacon legs.
I don't. Okay. Even I thought that was word salad at the end.
Lurantis has, like, bacon-looking eggs.
Okay, cool.
If you look up Lurantis, it's fine. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
And to the idiots that you're not listening to me, because why would you follow my podcast if you're mad at me about Pokemon? But to the idiots tweeting at me, here's the thing, trying to tell me that I'm all white knighting for a corporation. I don't give a shit if Game Freak closes tomorrow. I'd feel bad for the people that lost their jobs.
Yeah.
When I say I don't like that you're all being idiots, it's because I don't think that human beings should be sitting around for 200 hours a week animating Pokemon.
Exactly.
What are them
They
trying
have
to be like? It's not
lives.
even Game Freak, it's Creatures that does it. I'm pretty certain human beings still fucking work for Creatures that put the fucking Pokemon together, and they shouldn't be required to sit hunched over a desk doing that for like a feature that a third of the players are gonna touch.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Nope.
it's not like I was going around being like, "Don't worry, you'll get to pay for it later, and then you'll get your Pokemon." No, I don't think that should happen. I don't even care if they never update Sword and Shield with more Pokemon or whatever.
No.
The fuck they decide to do.
I get
Like,
to
I
have
don't-
another Pokemon game.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
don't
I
give
look
a
at
shit
it.
about Game Freak as a corporation. I care about the human being developers and not killing themselves over it
Yep.
because it's not important enough.
Yep. Oh man.
Sorry,
I was gonna say this is
Nuzlocke.
no, that's fine. We got into the tangent. It's fine. The only thing I was gonna say is that I caught a sparrow to replace my Zubat. I caught it at like level 8, maybe. I took it out in the Pokeball to see if this would work to like get it leveled up. Took it out in the Pokeball, barely like I was in a car all day, just like playing with the ball. Cause you
Did it think that the car moving was you moving?
No, so you walk with it to get stuff, but you also have to play with the Joy-Con, like the joystick.
You have to fidget with the.
You have to fidget with the ball, with the Pokeball, and it'll flash colors. And when it flashes colors, it does like a little
God.
rainbow. It does a little rainbow, and it means that your Pokemon is happy, and it does happy little sounds. Every time it flashes the rainbow, it levels up, I think. I came back, and my Sparrow that was level 8 was now level 17.
That's not bad.
And I'm like, I just broke this game, because that shouldn't happen. But yeah, so.
Well, to be fair, you're already playing a broken version of the game to begin with, so you're not
enough.
supposed to be like Nuzlocke is not how this is meant to be.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'll have more Nuzlocke stories. That's really it. That was it. It was just like, this is ridiculous how I just leveled up my Pokemon.
Oh man,
I've
God.
been talking
Can we
about
imagine what
Pokemon
the hell-
and Men in Black for too long.
Well, just real quick, can we talk about what the hell Pokemon Sleep is going to be someday? Are you just going to be leveling shit up in your sleep?
Yeah! Like what? We haven't talked about Pokemon Sleep!
Because it's just gamifying sleep. Because their answer to our like gamers aren't getting enough sleep is what if we just gamify sleep, which is not how you're supposed to solve that problem.
Pokeception. Now people are gonna sleep forever.
I assume it's just going to be a glorified alarm clock, and it's just going to be Pikachu noises that wake you up. Like, I'm fine with that.
Oh my
but
God.
Just do that.
There
Just
better
sell me-
be an Eevee patch.
For like $10, just sell me like alarm sounds that are just all of the Pokemon sounds, and I'll just make my alarms different Pokemon sounds. Then maybe I'll wake up on time. I was late to work the other day because I woke up at 7:30.
Oh no. How late were you?
I mean, well, I start work at 7, so I was already a half hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Zack.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was one time, right?
Oh, yes. And I mean, it's again the easiest job in the world. So it's not like I was leaving anything complicated for anybody.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was too busy spending time in Disneyland the night before.
Yes.
And that's why I overslept, because I got
would-
too excited by Disneyland.
I would like to hear all of this ridiculousness.
God, Dayle. God. They perfectly encapsulated what it means to go to Disneyland in a video game, and I mean that in all of the best and worst possible ways.
Okay.
So I decided to check out the
have to stand in
PC
line for
Game
hours.
Pass. No, but so I decided to check out the PC Game Pass, Microsoft's PC Game Pass that they introduced during E3 last week,
Mhm.
which is essentially, for anybody that doesn't know, Xbox has this like program that for $10 a month you basically get access to a whole library of games. A lot of it things that are like even pre-order stuff or like day one major stuff, all this stuff. It's the closest thing that when someone talks about a Netflix to games of games, this is the closest thing they have right now. Except you still have to like download the game. That's why it's not the Netflix of games yet, because you still have to download them. But it's very close. So I decided to check out the PC version because they were like, we're gonna throw a bunch of stuff up there, and it's again $10 a month, and I don't have to spend $400 at an Xbox to get it. So
Yeah,
I'm going through
that's
this like
makes
list
sense.
of games, and there's some good stuff in here. There's stuff in here that's been sitting on my like Switch wish list that I just couldn't convince myself to spend the like $15 or $20 on at the time,
Mhm.
that I can just take off of that wish list now.
Yeah.
Because like, let's see, let's go through.
Are you
There's some
gonna go
stuff on here
through?
like not all of them, but like Sunset Overdrive,
Mm.
a game that I have wanted to try for a very long time, but it was an Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
I can now play. This also, by the way, because it's in quote unquote beta, it was $1 for the first month, and it's $5 a month right now.
Yeah. Which
It's not
is.
the full $10 a month right now until it officially launches in like September. Ori and the Blind Forest, a game
Oh.
again I wanted to try, and that the sequel has
Yep.
been taking years to come out, and is finally coming out
I
next
need to
year.
finish that game. I bought that while I was at GameStop, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. I just need to finish it.
Yeah, Prey is on here. I love Prey. I have it for PS4, but I just love Prey. I'm glad
Mm.
more people get to play that. Super Hot is on here. Do you know what Super Hot is?
I don't think so.
Super Hot is this amazing game where
Oh,
the action only moves when you do. So if you stop moving,
yes.
everything freezes.
Yeah,
And so
it's
you can plan out straight up fucking John Wick style massive like scenes of destruction.
it's like it's grayscale, and then like
Like the people are just hot, are just
our
like
heat
hot.
signatures, right?
Like signatures like
Yes.
black,
I want
red,
to play
like polygon.
that.
For $1,
Yeah,
you can play it on PC now.
I want to play that.
Super Lucky's Tale, which was just announced which was like
Oh,
that VR, like a VR exclusive originally, which was like a
yeah.
weird thing to do, a VR exclusive like platformer, and then it became an Xbox exclusive,
Was that?
and
That's
now
the
it's finally coming to
Fox.
Switch.
That's the Fox
Yes,
game,
it's the
right?
Fox one. Um,
Yeah, I wanted to
the
play that.
Messenger, which I don't know, Devin would probably play that again. Um, Hollow Knight's on here. Shenmue 1 and 2 are on here. Like these weird like old like Dreamcast classics are on here. It's
Oh
the
my
weirdest
god.
thing. Brothers is on here. Brothers is an amazing game. So
Oh, that game I was interested in.
it's adorable and I love it. And
Mm-hmm.
that vampire game we talked about, where
Vampire?
like yes,
Yeah.
the one from the people that made Life is Strange, where like you wake up and just are a vampire, and you then have to walk around like Victorian London, like deciding if you're going to eat somebody or do the quest they give you,
Oh
basically.
wait, that's not
That's not
vampire.
no, well, it's spelled the same, Vampyr,
Yeah.
but this is specifically the one that came out last year.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
vampire, you're like a doctor, I think. You're a doctor vampire or something. You're a vampire. Yeah.
let's see, what does this one say?
I don't know. I want to play it. I want to play both of them.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, London, 1918. You're a newly turned vampire, Dr. Jonathan
Yeah.
Reed. Doctor, you must find a cure to save the cities. Yeah, but the way that they structured it is that, like, you basically, by the end of the night, by the, like, day-night cycle, you have to feed on somebody.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're basically going around trying to decide who deserves it.
Uh-huh.
But, like, this is a game that's straight up, if you eat a person, you completely cut out all option to do any sort of quest line that involves them.
Yeah.
So, like, if you get desperate and eat somebody, you might eat somebody important.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
like, a bunch of the game is cut off from you.
Yeah. I
So,
want
like, that's
to
on there.
yeah, and they talked about it at E3 this year too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm scrolling through this, like, list of games, and I come across what might be the greatest game or the worst game, depending on your view of things, and that's Disneyland Adventures. Disneyland Adventures came out in 2017 as an Xbox exclusive. Disney Interactive had like died already, so Disney was not making video games anymore. But they had teamed up with this with these developers to basically rebuild Disneyland in a virtual space where you can create a tiny child to run around Disneyland and do fetch quests for characters.
Is
That's like
that what
all
it
it is.
is?
So like
Oh
so
my
essentially like
god.
rather than having like the characters in costumes walking around, you just like run into Mickey Mouse. So like but just like if you're in Disneyland, you can run into Mickey Mouse on Main Street and then go like 30 feet into another direction and in Fantasyland, Mickey Mouse is standing there talking
In
to
a
you.
different costume.
No, he's still wearing his real, just still
What?
wearing his costume. He's that one, yes. They did not go that far. They did not animate him in a different costume, but I just find it very funny that like they just give you that same experience of if you were to walk around Disneyland all day, you would run into quote unquote Mickey Mouse in like almost every land,
Oh
and
my
it is
god.
a different person in that costume. But this is just like what if Mickey just teleported and it was just there. So like I've talked to Mickey and Donald and Goofy, and also I've talked to Buzz Lightyear and the aliens, and I talked to Peter Pan and Captain Hook.
Yes! Sorry, that
So
that
like
one makes me happy.
so basically like every land has and like they integrated almost everything in like the Disneyland experience, right? One of the big things in Disneyland and Disney World is buying an autograph book because
Yes.
you can go to everybody and they'll give you an autograph and everyone's been trained to give you the exact same autograph. So if you go to Mickey Mouse and, you know, Magic Kingdom and Mickey Mouse and Epcot, you're going to get the same signature
Yep.
theoretically. And so you can buy the autograph books, and of course they make you buy like 15 different autograph books for the different characters because they're making a small child do things for them for
Yeah.
money, so then the child can go buy things from them
Oh
because
my
this is
god.
Disney
Oh
and it
my
has to be
god.
it has to be commodified.
Oh my
So
god.
like
No.
yes.
No.
So it's like, oh, we need you to buy an autograph book, but you only have 500 coins. You need
Oh
15,000.
my
So
god.
why don't you run around in Toontown? The quest is that it's the mayor of Toontown quest that I think is actually what happens if you go to Toontown in Disneyland. Everybody's talking about how they're going to have their mayoral election soon and like Donald and Mickey are up against each other.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, if you go to Daisy, Daisy will want you to go around and collect all of the decorations so they can get ready for election day. And oh, take this photo album and take a bunch of photos around Toontown, and then we'll put them up around things, and that'll give you enough money to go buy an autograph book so you can go talk to people and
Oh
get their
my
autograph.
god. Oh my god.
And
That's ridiculous.
it's so bad and so
That
good.
is
Because
so.
also this whole time I'm leveling up, and not once has that meant anything. Nothing
Yeah.
has
Like
happened.
what?
I'm gaining experience to nothing. I don't know if like at certain levels different quests kick off or something maybe, but
That's
I
the
don't
only
know.
thing I could
That's
think of.
that's something I could think of too, because otherwise it's not like there's a skill tree. I'm not like getting better at running around the park by
You just get
getting
faster. You get
I
faster.
wish I got faster. Little kid legs are slow, and jumping doesn't get you anywhere any faster. There's a jump button, but you can't jump over anything because you're too short. So why did you give me a jump
Why
button
are
game?
you jumping?
Because kids jump, Dale. Kids run and jump through
They,
Disneyland.
but that. I mean. Jeez.
so, so like every character has the same. You can do the same four things with every character. You can get their autograph.
Yep.
You can high five them. You can hug them, or you can dance with them.
Oh my god.
And every single one of them has their own distinct animations for those.
Oh my
So
god.
like they all say, I mean, like they'll say the same thing every time, but I mean, like Buzz Lightyear will say something different about giving you his autograph from like
Yeah.
Captain Hook,
Yeah.
and like everyone has their own distinct dance. I ran into Pinocchio, and he does like the there ain't no strings on me dance
Yes.
with you, and then
That
like
makes sense.
Belle will just do the tale as old as time dance with you,
Aw.
the Beauty and the Beast theme song. I don't know how to say that without like just sounding silly. I don't know why when I say the Beauty and the Beast dance, I sound weird. The ballroom dancing. But then like Captain Hook, if you hug him, he's like, "Oh yeah, thank you, no thanks." Bye now, child. Get off of me.
That's fantastic.
It's so
That's
good.
fantastic.
It's so good that they put that much thought into that.
Oh my
And yet,
god.
like, the only thing they could think of for you to do is like go around
And
and
buy
fetch
stuff.
things so that you could buy stuff. And then there's
Jesus.
like they're giving you they're giving you things to interact with the world throughout the game, again, to just get more coins so you can go then into the shops and buy more things. There's an entire thing of buying pins because that's what you do in Disney
No.
World. Buy enamel pins. What
And
do they do?
trade them.
What do they do? Nothing. You're just buying them so you can say you have them in the game. And also, I'm buying every pin I can. And I have bought every photo album I can. And I have bought all of the clothes I can. Dale, I am the problem in all of this. Because this is like when you take an RPG and people say that like sometimes RPGs feel so dumb because they're just fetch quests and a series of checklists to go around and take stuff out, like go to icons on a map. Guess what? I love that shit. That is distinctly my shit in video games, and this game is nothing but a giant checklist. And the thing that makes me most mad is that some of the stuff I know that they are tracking, but there's no page for me to see it because they didn't think beyond 5-year-olds playing this game. So like you get the first thing they do is they give you a smartphone so you can go around and take pictures of things.
Oh, great.
Can't take pictures of all the characters until you do certain things first, though. So they block that off from you because they're jerks. But if you buy the right photo albums, all of a sudden these big photo posts jump up and populate the world. They bounce around. You can go around and take pictures of all the different landmarks.
So it's like Spider-Man.
Kinda. If Spider-Man couldn't zip line across places, it couldn't jump more than a foot in the air. Yes. Then the next thing they give you is a magic wand. Do you want to know what the magic wand does,
Yes,
Dale?
because you said that you got a wand, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
And I was like, I thought it was going to make funny shit happen around the world. And sometimes it does. Sometimes there's like water fountains and signs and stuff that'll bounce around or do silly things, especially in Toontown. The magic wand works really well in Toontown. Do you want to know what the major thing is the magic wand does?
Please, please.
You can use it on the trash cans and the manholes to make them bounce a little bit and give you a bunch of coins. So in every world, there is a distinct checklist. The Toontown trash cans, the Fantasyland trash cans, the Tomorrowland trash cans. Oh, you got 1 out of 20 trash cans that you've used the magic wand on. Oh, here's 5 out of 10 manhole covers. Guess what, Dale? There's not a page where I can see where I'm at to track that shit.
Oh, Zach. I could
So
just...
like
Oh, no.
so when I get to the end of this game and I've got like 87% here and 66% there, I'm going to be losing my mind running
Yeah.
around trying to figure out what the hell I missed.
Yep. Well, it's like... Also, I have a problem that there's only 98 hidden Mickeys.
Oh,
They couldn't add 2?
No,
Make it
no,
an
they
even
really
100?
They really couldn't.
That's...
I have no idea how much of that is like based on real life either. I don't know how much of that is just stuff they put around the world and how much of that is based on like an actual hidden Mickey in Disneyland somewhere.
Oh my
I don't know what the
God.
1-to-1 scaling is on this game. Like,
Oh my god. That's
then you get to the
incredible.
attractions and the rides because they're 2 different things. Ride's
Oh,
different than an
yes.
attraction.
This is
of course.
true. This is, of course.
Ride is basically just a cutscene. So like the Dumbo ride, you go out to the Dumbo ride and you interact with the Dumbo ride, and it's just like 30 seconds of like a first-person shot of you sitting in the Dumbo thing where you can't move your head or do anything. And so for 30 seconds, it just plays you sitting in a Dumbo going up and down. And then it asks you if you want to do it again. My favorite one is then, if you then go over to the carousel in Fantasyland, it's literally the exact same thing. They put you on a horse, and it's a 30-second cutscene of you going up and down on the horse. And then it asks you if you want to do it again. And that doesn't give you anything. It doesn't cost you anything, but it doesn't give you anything either. So, like, why?
It's just...
Why did you let me do this game?
feel like you were on the rides. Oh my god. All I can picture is like someone made fucking Disneyland in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Basically.
And they were like, I'm gonna sell this to them.
Not even Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Like,
though. They did it in like Sim Coaster. They did it in like
yes,
knockoff Roller
yes,
Coaster Tycoon.
yes. Sim Coaster, and they were yeah, because you have more control over the people in Sims. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I made Disneyland. I'm gonna sell this to Disney. I'm gonna sell this to them,
Oh man,
and we're gonna make a video game.
this is a $40 brochure for
That's
Disneyland, but it's like the worst
oh my
$40
god.
brochure for
That's
Disneyland.
all I can picture
It's
is
like
like,
someone it's like Disney
oh.
watched someone play Kingdom Hearts and went, "Man, those Disney levels were definitely the thing people liked about those games."
I was gonna ask if Sora has shown up.
No, because this was not a Square Enix project,
No,
which I
I
find
know.
hilarious because I don't know if I told you this part because I definitely told Siegen the other night when we were playing Borderlands. Dale, there's Disney music in this game.
Oh yes, yeah,
There's
you told me.
actual licensed Disney music in this game.
Yeah,
A thing that
cause I
Kingdom
said
Hearts could not get away with. They got away with 2.5 songs in all of Kingdom Hearts 3. But I go to the Princess Fair in Fantasyland, and you want to know what the mini game is at the Princess Fair?
oh
It's a
god.
rhythm game through princess songs. So I sat there with Tiana and I
Yes.
did like her the what's the main song from Princess and the Frog? The
Um. Oh.
God, I
Dig
three
a little.
times.
Dig a little deeper.
No. The one that's like they ain't gonna see me coming or something.
Oh.
Uh her like one
Oh.
of her songs about like how she's gonna open the restaurant and
Yeah.
everything and
I
that.
know exactly
So
what
like
song
I
it
see
is.
that whole song. Or like with Ariel, I sit through all of Part of Your World
Wow.
playing this rhythm game.
Wow.
Like straight up the actual song, not
Wow.
like a knockoff.
That's crazy. I said that they signed a deal with some devil.
The deal was we will sell Disneyland to
Yeah.
8-year-old if you let us make this dumb game.
Yep. Jeez. And this was how when did this come out? 2017?
2017.
That's crazy. That is
And like
insane.
and it's just so weird because like all of the attractions, not the rides, but the whatever they classify as an attraction is just like sets of mini games, which
Mhm.
can range from like I said, like the rhythm game with the songs,
Yep.
which is hit the buttons at the right time, or your favorite, section of Kingdom Hearts with the arcade games of San Francisco. like like Space Mountain is that. Or it's
Okay.
like the gummy ship section,
Yeah.
where it's like you're a ship and you're shooting stuff as you kind of go around screen. It controlled better than the gummy ship, by the
Oh
way.
my god. Oh my god.
and like, like I did like the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn is a 3-part attraction,
Yeah.
and so it starts with like a skiing mini game at the top, and then it's throw snowballs at the Yetis, and then it's run away from the avalanche at the in the third act. Like it's like a full-on 20-minute thing
This is
to play
insane.
the Matterhorn game inside Disneyland.
Wow. I don't.
I
I
don't
have
know.
no words.
It's
Like,
the weirdest thing, Dale. It is the weirdest thing. Like I got a squirt gun so I could go around and wake up flowers who will
Squirt?
spit coins at me.
oh,
A squirt
wow.
gun. So that
Wow.
I could. But again, so here's the next layer of ridiculousness with this whole checklist thing, because it's like checklist within checklist at this point. Because then it's like if I'm if I'm on Main Street and I'm in the town square, there's the Plaza Inn restaurant, which is like a big attraction inside Disneyland where I
Yeah.
can take a picture out front. That's one thing I can do.
Mhm.
I can, it's got some of the manholes and trash cans in there and do that. Or if I start hitting the parasols with the that are around the tables outside
Yeah.
with the magic wand, I get a little pop-up that says you've hit one of the 10 parasols at the Plaza Inn. And then I come back outside of the Plaza Inn and I look across Main Street and there's another set of parasols over there, which is just a whole other number of things to hit with my magic
So
wand.
you have to. Oh my god.
So like I'm literally hitting literally the same models, but some of them are this restaurant's parasols, and some of them are the Tomorrowland parasols. In
Dude.
Toontown, there's the Toontown parasols, but then there's also the Town Hall Toontown
Oh
parasols.
my
And
god. That's insane. That's insane. That
and so like the thing is that like every land is set up for the 8 things they're eventually going to give you. I have gotten 4 of those 8 things so far, which means that like you can't just like 100% Toontown and then walk away. You can do whatever you can with the tools you have,
Yeah.
and then you got to come back later after Buzz Lightyear gives you the ray gun that affects gravity on
Oh
things.
my god. Oh my god.
Or
I
Aladdin. People keep yelling at me to go to Frontierland and meet Aladdin because Aladdin's got a telescope for me. It's like, I haven't even gotten to that half of the friggin' map yet. Been playing for 30 hours.
Oh my
Gone
god.
4 lands.
That's the
I've been playing
craziest
for
bit.
days. I've been playing for days and I have not seen the whole map yet
Oh
because
my
I keep getting
God.
distracted by like oh, you meet Belle, and oh, it's the craziest thing happened the other day. The library, a big gust of wind came in and knocked a bunch of books out of the library. So go run around Fantasyland and collect my books.
Oh my god.
Then I collect all of the books, I give them to her, and what does she say to me? Oh, if you see any more books, I'd love to have them. And now on a different page,
You have
that's
other
that's
books?
untraceable.
Oh my god.
There's also 10 more books to
Oh my
find,
God.
but they're not linked to a quest, which means I can't set up the freaking little glowy thing to take me in the direction of the books. So I just gotta find them randomly. I gotta hope I see them glowing in the wind somewhere.
This is okay. So, a couple things come up in my brain. First of all I can picture when you're hitting parasols is like they are closed. Little boy, a little girl walk up
No.
and hit it, and then they open.
See, no, that would make sense. Actually, what it is they're open and you hit it and they spin a little bit
Oh God.
and that's it.
That's
And then the
it.
glowy part at the base goes away so that, the game knows that you already hit that one. So if you got to hit 10 parasols, you can't hit the same parasol 10 times. We're not going to let you get away with that. No.
That's
You have to
fair.
hit 10
That's fair.
parasols.
That is fair. I will
But-
give them that.
But there are also closed ones that just don't count. They're not part of this. You can't hit the closed one and open it.
That's
No,
bullshit.
you got to hit the 10 open parasols.
That's bull. That's bullshit.
That one is an object that we did not map as something you can interact with. Sorry.
The other thing that pops in my head is like promoting bad things. Like I 100%
you can run around
could see-
Disneyland knocking shit over.
Yes, I could 100% see some kid like got their hands on this Disneyland Adventures game and was like, "Oh, I can do this. Oh, I'm gonna do this." And then when they get yelled at, they'll be like, "Yeah, but you guys told me I could.
Yep.
You made a game.
I mean,
You have no case here."
on an even simpler basis, this map has more NPCs than were ever in a Kingdom Hearts game. Of 13 Kingdom Hearts games, one of the biggest complaints people always had was that the worlds felt empty. You should have gotten this team to make your worlds, Disney, because
Oh,
there's
God.
1 million people in this friggin' park while
Well,
you're
there
running
has
around
to
it.
be.
Because they
Otherwise,
wanted
it's
to look
creepy.
that, and otherwise it looks like Disney isn't popular. Disney's
Yeah.
a popular place, gonna have people there. But what's great is that you can just run, not through them. They literally move out of your way.
Fantastic.
This thing has better collision than half of the Kingdom Hearts games.
So also,
So, like, as a child
random
is running, nobody stops you from
Yes!
getting where you need to go. The world just parts out of your way. Or you just shove your way right through people and they just move and nobody complains and nobody says anything. You
So-
might actually be a ghost because, quite frankly, nobody interacts with you except for the friggin' characters. But
oh jeez, the end of the game is gonna be like you're a kid in a coma and you're having this fever dream of just
nice.
playing in Disney.
Yeah, I don't think Disney would have paid for that one.
No,
By the
you
way-
don't think they'd want to promote that?
By the way,
Where
after
all your
this, I think
dreams
I'm gonna
come
play-
true?
I think once I'm done with this, I'm going to play Rush, the Pixar adventure game, which was made by the same development team to just promote Pixar movies.
No fucking way does that exist.
It does. I love it because it's called Rush. A Disney, what's it actually? It's like a Pixar adventure or something. And it's like, why? Disney
what-
Pixar adventure. Yeah. Why is it called Rush? What does
But-
Rush mean? What does Rush have to do with Pixar?
But- what?
Oh,
Why?
I don't know. Rush. a Disney Pixar adventure game that invites
Stop
families
saying
of
Rush
ages
like
to
it means
experience
something.
the world of 6 beloved Disney Pixar films like never before. Team up with characters from The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Up, Cars, Toy Story, and Finding Dory. Not Nemo, Finding Dory
So
to
this is
solve
like a
puzzles and uncover
2018
hidden
movie.
secrets.
Wait, no, wait.
Yeah, this
When
came
did
out
Finding
in
Dory come
October.
out?
This came out in October 2017. This would have literally
2017.
come out the same time as Disneyland Adventures.
All right, all right, all right.
They, in fact, came out a day apart. Disneyland Adventures
Are
came
you
out on
kidding
October
me?
30th, and Rush came out on October 31st. It's what this says. This literally says right here on release dates.
Are what?
And Finding Nemo is one of the attractions in Disneyland Adventures. I just did a whole hide and seek game with Nemo, and then we did a whole swim away from Bruce, and then we did a whole fly thing inside the current with the turtles. Like, I basically just watched Finding Nemo.
I know. I'm broken right now.
This is the
You broke me with the introduction of Rush. I'm not gonna lie.
I have access to the latest Tomb Raider games and Crackdown 3
And you're fucking
and
playing
Football
around
Manager
Disney.
2019. Dayle, they put that up on the screen at E3. Football Manager 2019.
Oh,
It's
I
such a
know.
good game.
I know.
And instead, I played Disneyland Adventures.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Abzu is on here, Dayle.
You should
You
play
love
Abzu.
We should be I should be playing Abzu.
You should be playing Abzu. It's one of my favorite games. What the hell is Rush?
I don't know. I'll
That
tell you.
doesn't
I'll report
mean
on it
anything.
later. I don't know why that's the title. I don't know why it's the title. I don't. Oh,
I was gonna
man.
say before you broke everything that like you were describing things that was making me really reminiscent of making me remember Wizard 101 and Pirates 101 because there
was also Toontown, which was made by Disney.
yeah, like there's just
Yeah.
all of the I mean those are MMOs, but like there are quests in Pirates 101 where they're like, go find this. Just go find it. We can't drag it. You just gotta go. Good luck. Bye. And it's like, oh, cool. All right, I'll just juggle that while I'm doing like 10 other quests at the same time. Thanks, guys. This is ridiculous.
Chip and Dale immediately sent me to find acorns.
Of course they did. They're
Not even as a
chipmunks.
quest, just as one of those stupid collections I can't track. I just talked to them for 10 minutes and got a picture with them. It was cool. And then they were like, now find us acorns. You're done with you, child.
I love Chip and Dale. They're my homies. They're
They,
my bros.
of all of them, they are the ones that look like people in costumes because they're 7
They're
feet tall.
Huge. You sent
Them
the
and, like,
picture, and I was like, I
Them
love
and like
this.
Goofy for some reason. For some reason, Goofy's head is a little differently proportioned, like a mask on top of a person's body. Like it's proportioned more like that than it is just like Mickey just looks like Mickey. And Donald just looks like Donald, but for some reason Goofy looks like a dude with a Goofy mask on his head.
I think they're
But
people
that
in
Goofy mask-
costumes.
Talks and moves. So
I think they're people in costumes.
they are not, Dale. These are like Pinocchio is definitely just a puppet boy talking to you because he is shorter than you. For some reason, Chip and Dale have to be
What?
7 feet tall, but Pinocchio is like scaled to what he would be in his movie. And like Peter Pan is just Peter Pan, and Captain Hook is just Captain Hook. The White Rabbit is a 3 foot tall white rabbit talking to you. So for some reason, they just decided Chip and Dale were the ones that they were going to make look like people in costumes for some dumb reason, even though their faces are totally animated. So I don't know where I don't know who made that decision.
Let me tell you something. Chip and Dale, I love Chip and Dale for obvious reasons, but I love them so much, and it was my favorite part of any of like the Disney sing-along things. There's one Disney sing-along that is Disney sing-along, and it's inside the Disney park. And whenever Chip and Dale
I
are
think I had
in,
that tape.
yeah, I think we still have that tape. I watched it like on repeat. It's my favorite one. Um, like anytime Chip and Dale were in a number, it's like big ass Chip and Dale just dancing and
Uh
singing and going on rides with people. And I'm like, that's my dream. I want to just chill out with Chip and Dale, like at my level, like at my height. Like I just feel like I want them to be big, like human sized chipmunks because that is incredible to me. So it makes me happy that they're not just little guys.
That makes me wonder if like they had different teams working on the different lands or something, and someone did not get the memo that they were supposed to be like to
To
scale.
scale.
And
These
someone
are
was like,
actually them, guys, not
right, like
costumes.
someone sat down, like I think someone sat down thinking, oh, we're clearly animating these people like the people in the park, right? Like sized and proportioned like that. Like, yeah, sure, sure, sure. And then they were like, how come Mickey look like Mickey? What's going on?
How come Mickey
How come
look
Donald's
like
a duck?
Mickey
How come Donald's just a duck?
with a sailor costume on? But no,
Oh,
when you sent that picture of like your little child running up and hugging the
The Chip and the Dale?
Chip and Dale. I was gonna call them the Chipmunk Bros, and then I didn't want to, but it made me laugh.
Super Chipmunk Bros is actually much better.
Oh, it's
The
great.
arcade that Chipmunk Bros arcade
Ugh.
game is kind of fun, but you know, it's a little repetitive.
Oh my god. But when I saw your little child running up to Chip and Dale, and I'm like, yep, that I would not leave. I would bounce back between Chip and Dale and Peter Pan. That's how I would play that game. I
So
would
far,
do
they're the only
nothing
ones that are
else.
like they're the only ones that are like a pair. So they're the only ones where like the dance and the picture and all that. Because the way like the picture is that everybody chooses a pose, and then like at the last second, your little child avatar does the pose with them. You do
Beautiful.
nothing.
Beautiful.
You just wait the 30 seconds to watch that
Fantastic.
cutscene.
Oh man. Yeah, if I would not play that game the way it was intended. I would only take pictures with Chip and Dale, Peter Pan and
don't
Captain
know.
Hook, and Rapunzel and Tiana.
Just
Those are the
haven't
only
seen
people I
Rapunzel
would
yet.
run around to. If Rapunzel is not in that game, I'm done.
I don't think she is. But you know what's really weird? I have not run into Rapunzel, but there is definitely like a shop with the Tangled sign hanging off of it because I have seen the Tangled sign. I just have not seen Rapunzel.
The Tangled area, so I thought there was an actual Tangled area in Disney. It's just bathrooms, and it makes me really upset.
And you know what, Dale? I think that's what I saw. I think
Yeah.
it was just the wall, and then it just had a sign that said Tangled on top.
Yep, probably just bathrooms, and it pisses
God.
me off.
I want someone to just do a one-to-one just walkthrough of Disney World and the Disneyland in that game and tell me how close it is, because I want it to be perfect. There's also like I love that like there's like park people like park attendants or something, and all they do is tell you
cast
random.
members.
No, cast
Zack?
members are all of them. This is like specifically like park attendant Karen or something like that is her that's their like titles.
That's awesome.
And it's just people in vests, and when you talk to them, all they do is tell you random facts. So, like, I happen to know that the Matterhorn mountain is a 1/100th perfect scale of whatever of the actual Matterhorn, because they just told me that in that game. So,
Incredible.
and like when the park first opened, it was 4 worlds and like 20 attractions, and now it's 8 worlds and over 50 attractions.
Oh my god. My god. Nothing like learning. Your Disney game.
Oh man, I cannot believe I cannot and I can believe that they made this game. Is the other part of that? Like, yes, this is exactly what Disney. This is exactly what Disney would do these days because they don't make video games anymore. They're just selling you Disneyland.
I mean, it just makes sense. It makes sense that it has come to that. And also, all I can picture right now is like, as we've been recording, you were like running around tapping stuff with your magic wand in Disney.
Oh man, it's just
and you're
like
just like, yep, parasol, got it. Parasol, got it into my list.
I just couldn't believe the first time it happened when I hit like a when I hit like the trash can. I was like, oh, I wonder what happens when I do this. Because it'd be kind of weird if it just spouts trash everywhere. And instead, it just spouts coins at me. And then the pop-up comes up that says like, one of 25 trash cans on Main Street. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my
Well, I'm
god.
gonna go do that now.
Oh my god. Ridiculous.
Ugh,
Oh shit.
I need ice cream. I need ice cream,
need
and then
ice
I need to go
cream.
back to Disneyland.
I
I think
need.
that's
That sounds like a plan for you. I need ice cream and probably alcohol and play Hob because I bought Hob
nice.
and
Can you tell me how that is?
I'm very excited to play it. I'm trying to finish Pokemon Ultra Sun so I can have it finished before Sword and Shield. I know I got time, but I'm trying.
You got a lot of
I
time.
know. I'm so close though. Yeah. So are we done? Are we ending?
I mean,
it?
I got nothing else.
I got
I
nothing.
tapped out on Disneyland.
This has been Say Report Jr. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, follow us. I don't know what I'm doing. How do we end this? Oh yes, this is a podcast you should be listening to, subscribe to, and downloading every single week. And you should follow us on YouTube. We have another Say Report Jr. Presents coming up soon, probably on Friday, where I introduce
Oh God, I
Zack.
forgot we did that.
I introduced Zack to the wonderful game that is The Great Gatsby NES game. And you can see how that plays out. Like I said, it should be posted on Friday on our YouTube channel. Make sure you search for Say Report Jr. JR. Period. You can also find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes and all that good stuff. You can find us on Twitter at sayreportjr, and you can find both of us individually. I am at Dale's Brain.
And I am at Zerwisky and also Waguigi. So there.
We keep needing to talk about that. I mean, we don't need to. It's just fantastic. And I made a little avatar for him.
God.
Because you inspired. Yeah, I got nothing. We gotta get some ice cream.
Yes, we do.
Take
Which
it
one of us?
away. Take it away, Liz.
I couldn't remember if we swapped off on that. Okay.
I couldn't remember anything.
Thank you for listening to The Say Report with your hosts Dayle Decker and Zack Sarowick. Please follow the guys on Twitter and Facebook by searching for The Say Report, and you can always subscribe on your podcast channel so this is delivered straight to you and you can enjoy it every week. With apologies to your mother, we'll see you next time.